What's up, guys? Edipark here, and today I want to share with you guys a story of some recent events that have transpired within my guild. I want to share with you guys my thought process and kind of walk you through some of the decisions that I've made. And in the end, I want you guys to take this as a lesson of how you should approach a specific situation and what you should do. So recently, and when I say recently, about a month ago, one of my players, one of my tanks, in fact, approached me and he said, "Hey, look, Legion is coming up soon. We've been in Hellfire Citadel for 10 months now, or I guess rather 9 months at the time. I'm really getting burnt out. I have a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and while we're killing bosses in Mythic Hellfire Citadel, it's the same stuff that we've been doing for 10 months now, and I'm tired of doing it. Once my subscription ends at the end of the month, I'm no longer going to play. I'll come back for Legion. I'll fill whatever role you guys want me to fill, range DPS, healer, melee DPS, whatever. It doesn't matter, but I'm not going to renew my subscription." And that put us in a weird situation where we know that we have this guy for the next 3 weeks. We know when his subscription ends, and we know we have to find a replacement. Yes, pugging someone is a viable solution short term, but as I've talked about with one of my previous videos, in fact, the one on relationships between tanks, it's not a long-term solution because there's an attitude, there's a bond, a relationship that tanks, at least I believe, have to be successful. You can kill bosses, you can clear content, but to get that synergy is a whole nother level of play. So we knew how long we had, and I told my officers, I said, "Look, find me a replacement tank that is ready for Mythic content, or find me a healer that can replace me, and I will tank." So we would search day and day and day, and I would get a text message, "Hey, I found a item level 730 prop paladin that said he's willing to tank." Great. And 6 hours later, when we get back from work or whatever the case might be, he's already been picked up by another guild. "Hey, I have 2 Death Knights that are willing to tank. One of them said he could DPS, and they are no longer logging on." And we would continue to get we'd get hits. "Hey, I found a Holy Paladin that's item level 730 that would love to heal for us, and you can tank." And then he never responds to whispers. And this would continue to happen. It would continue to happen all 3 weeks. And it came down to that last week where I knew we needed a tank. We needed someone to fill that role. And if we did not get someone, the raid was going to suffer. You're going to get a subpar player in the looking for group tool, or you're going to get somebody that just doesn't fit with your culture and your group in your guild. So, I'm sitting here racking my brain trying to figure out a solution, trying to search, trying to find somebody that could tank. And one of my players, in fact, one of my mages approaches me and he says, "Look, I love playing my mage. I really have enjoyed playing it this expansion, but I'm really getting into the prop paladin. I've been gearing her on the side. I'm ready to tank. I would be willing to switch over." Now, mind you, this player plays a mage that is, in my opinion, a top tier player. The numbers he pulls off are, just ridiculously high. He very seldom will fail to raid mechanics. He always has a good attitude. He's always willing to help. I mean, he's a good player. And I knew that this was a sticky situation because here we have a player who is a top tier mage. I mean, this guy is pulling numbers that are just ridiculous. And he knows the class inside and out. And to lose that DPS is going to hurt. But at the same time, telling him, "No, you can't tank," even though we need a tank, is not good for his morale. It's not good for the raid or the guild's morale. And all around, it's a weird situation. So I thought about it, and I talked to my officers, and I said, look, here's the deal. Here's a situation. What do you guys think? And one of my 2 officers said exactly what I was thinking. Is it ideal? No, it's not an ideal situation. It's a shitty situation. I mean, you are losing a great player on a DPS class for a great player on a tanking class. And it doesn't matter, because you can always replace that mage. You know, people will come, people will show up eventually. But there was a decision that needed to be made. We had a day, maybe 2 days before our druid tank, who was quitting, would no longer be logging on. He would not be coming back until Legion. And to sit there and not make a decision, or to tell this guy, no, you can't play your prop paladin, even though we need a tank, because your mage is too good, because you're a great player on it, even though we need a tank, is not a solution. Yes, it sucks that we are going to lose this player as a mage, but we can replace him. We can find another mage. We can find another caster. We can replace him with an equal, hopefully, a player that's just as good as this guy. And after thinking about it, and after struggling, and sitting here and talking for a while with the officers, I made the decision. I pulled the trigger and I said, look, here's the deal. He's going to tank. We're going to have to help him gear up. We will clear a heroic Hellfire Citadel. No alts. Everybody's on their main. And we'll just burn through it in an hour or 2. And this guy will get whatever gear he wants. Fortunately, almost every single piece that he needed, he got that night. So that was the whole point, was this. When the chips are down, when there's a decision that needs to be made, take action. Yes, it wasn't the most ideal situation. It wasn't the most ideal answer. It wasn't the most ideal solution. But I took action and I said, look, here's what we are presented with. Here's the decision I have made. Let's work around it and let's fix it. We can find another mage. But now we have a tank in place to where we can pug a DPS. And DPS in looking for group tool are a dime a dozen. And if one isn't up to speed, if one is subpar, if one is pulling numbers that aren't what they need to be pulling, drop them and find another one. Because there are 100 like them that are waiting in line, ready to roll. And that, while short term, yes, puts us in a very weird, very bad situation where we need this DPS. In the long run, this player, his morale is bumped up tenfold because he brought to us a solution and we worked with him and we helped him out. And now we have less to worry about in regards to a tank. And now we can focus on building the relationship between the tank that we already had and this new one, which is already fostered. It's already out there because these guys have been playing together. And like I said, guys, when the decision needs to be made, take action. Don't wait. Don't wait for a solution. If you have a solution presented, take it. I'm not saying take a bad solution. I'm not saying make a decision just because, but don't wait until the last possible minute, because all you're going to do is frustrate yourself and stress yourself out. And in the end, the longer you wait, the less options you had. Had we waited until, he had to log off for the night, that other tank, we may have pugged a tank and we may not have cleared content. And there are a million possibilities. We may have, but now it doesn't matter because we can work on getting everybody that we have up to speed and replace people that we need to. So with that, guys, hopefully you like what I'm saying. Hopefully you agree with it. If you don't, if you have any comments, definitely leave them in the comment section below. Give this video a like or a thumbs up, or both. I would greatly appreciate it. Both of those things encourage me so much more than what you guys realize to continue making content like this. And until next time, guys, I'll see you.